guess what? That means tomorrow, NCAA basketball is back. It seems like this year, Dylan, has been just a nonstop delivery of NCAA basketball, even though we'll have 2 days between it, between the women and the men's. It just seems like it has just been nonstop. You did have the NIT going last night with Indiana State. So, and then there are more games tonight, but finally, this might be the first day where there's no involvement that we're like just staring at from a game standpoint. But you've got the transfer portal instead to stare at right now. And for Indiana, before you joined us, we talked about a couple of names that have hit that. Tony Perkins at Iowa. And, of course, Connor Esigian from Wisconsin is in the portal. I just would find it hilarious for Indiana to end up with some Indiana type guards on their roster, although they had to get them from other teams outside of the state for that to happen.
Yeah, and don't forget, did you guys talk about Connor Hickman at all?
Yes.
Kid from Bradley, who is a Bloomington native, who is also in the portal, who is taking an Indiana visit here coming up soon as well. So yeah, you could end up with 2 or 3 guys from the state just joining the team kind of randomly here through the transfer portal. So yeah, that's the thing, is that what we've seen over the last week and a half or so here since Indiana's season ended is basically, first of all, focus on guards. We knew that was going to be the case, and then basically Indiana reaching out to essentially the way I can, as far as I can tell, every guy who shoots better than 38% from 3, you're getting a call from Indiana basketball. So, you know, at least you can see the vision for what they're trying to do. You can see that they are trying to address the problem that they had last year, which I guess is something. I do think that yeah, like you said, Tony Perkins and Connor Esigian and Connor Hickman. Esigian was interesting to me because basically there was a report very late in the season from Wisconsin media that he was staying, that he had basically told the coaching staff, I'm staying, I'm not going into the portal. And then he went into the portal, and there's obviously no inside information here, but suggests that there was some reason for him to do that in specific. So I'm wondering if there was a team that kind of lured him out into the portal. And obviously part of it too is that Esigian, who is from up my way here he's from Fort Wayne, but he went to Central Noble High School. He started as a freshman at Wisconsin, averaged almost 12 points a game, shot 36% from 3, and then he lost a lot of playing time this year. He didn't play very much late in the season. He wasn't starting. He wasn't projected to start next year, I don't believe, unless something changed. So obviously a part of it could be playing time, where it's like, hey, I was a starter and then I was not. Let's see if I can be a starter again. So yeah, I'm fascinated to see where his recruitment goes. But yeah, they're like, and that's the thing, is this is what I said at the end of the season was, you can build through the transfer portal. Like you don't want to build through the transfer portal. That's not ideal, right? You don't want to have had Liam McNeely decommit, but it is possible to build through the transfer portal. There's hundreds of guys in the portal right now, and you can find your team of 5 or 6 or 7 who fit what Indiana wants to do. The question is, can you build through the portal and find guys whose personalities match? I think that's what Indiana has to do here over the next couple of weeks, is find guys who not only fit what they want to do stylistically in basketball terms, but find guys whose personalities really mesh together. And that's a tough task. It really is. There are teams who have done it, Nebraska being the most prominent example, but you need to have guys whose personalities fit together, because otherwise it's going to make for a long season, even if you're pretty good, which you're not guaranteed to be. So I'm fascinated to see how they go about doing that.
Yeah, it will be. Indiana fans are certainly waiting to see how they go about doing that. But it's something that will get done. There's no doubt about that. And this could be interesting because Indiana will still have to replace Kel'el Ware. But you're adding this to a lineup that will have Gabe Cupps. He'll be back. Mackenzie Mbako has not announced yet, but I would expect him to come back, especially if they start adding some talent at guard, make him feel better. And Mackenzie Malik Renew has announced he's coming back. So you've got the core makings there of a solid starting lineup. And then you fill that in with some guys that are either as good or better to have. But good Lord, I would almost be afraid if Indiana actually ended up with, if I were a fan, I'd be afraid if they ended up with multiple guys, because then you might end up going back to that dreaded second unit.
Who's excited for a second unit full of transfer guys? We love that.
Come on. You know it. You know you want it. You know you want the second unit back.
Hey, look, if they can run like 3 guys off the bench who shoot 40% from 3, hey, I'm fine with the second unit stuff. Run them in there. Get some guys that get hot. You know, that kind of thing.
I think most people would be. Unfortunately, no one. Whoever devised the second unit initially did not get the memo that you need production from the second unit. You can't send in a wave of guys who are not going to score and who are going to allow the other team to score. Yeah, that's just kind of funny.